FG orders houses landowners in Banana Island, Parkview Estate, others to pay ground rent. Dangiwa said that the Ministry of Housing, under the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola TINUBU, had resolved to restore order in federal land and asset management. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, on Friday, urged owners of federal government lands and houses in Lagos State to remit their ground rents to the government's coffer. Dangiwa said this during a stakeholder citizens engagement on land administration and physical assessment of Banana Island, Osborne Phase 1 and 2, Parkview/Foreshore Estates and Shorelines. He said that the ministry planned to optimize its revenue collections by ensuring that all the occupiers of the federal government's assets pay their ground rents to enable it to improve the facilities. According to him, while the federal government is committed to renovating, safeguarding and optimizing the value of its assets nationwide, it will also enforce strict compliance with its land and estate administration laws. Dangiwa said that the Ministry of Housing, under the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola TINUBU, had resolved to restore agenda in federal land and asset management. The ministry is resolved to ensure the strict adherence to the provisions of the law regarding the control and administration of its assets to maintain order, he said. The minister directed the estate associations to stay within the limits, noting that they have the right to collect facility management fees based on agreements with the occupants of the estates. He warned that whatever the occupants agree to pay should be used to maintain the estates in terms of electricity, roads, and all other facilities they use in the estate. This is known to be the facility management fees, which all estates usually charge to maintain the estate, but they should not go beyond that to collecting ground rents from the occupants. The ground rent is meant for the federal government. If they are collecting it on our behalf, they should remit it fully. Otherwise, we are going to engage our staff to do it or engage consultants to do so on our behalf, he said. On the need for collaboration between the ministry and the Lagos government in resolving land disputes, the minister said that both parties had agreed to form a joint committee. He said that the committee was expected to resolve long-standing land issues and foster a coordinated approach to land administration across the state. He said that the federal and Lagos state governments were in talks to harmonize payments on tax on its assets and land administration to address double taxation on owners of the federal government's estates and lands. We are one government, and we must work as partners to ensure the effective administration of federal government's assets. Proper coordination will prevent exploitation by third parties and ensure compliance with the law, he said. Dangiwa said that the stakeholder engagement in land administration provided an opportunity to share insights and contribute to the federal government strategy for sustainable urban development. He also said that the interactive session was a critical step towards improving land administration in Lagos and delivering on the ministry's promise of affordable housing and urban developments for all Nigerians. He said the ministry was ready to address the myriad of challenges affecting the estates and landowners, having understood their needs, concerns, and areas for improvements. The minister expressed concern over the poor condition of federal assets and uncompleted housing projects, vowing to expedite their renovation, upgrade, and completion. We have resolved to optimize these facilities and put them to good use so that they can provide value to the government and Nigerians. We aim to fast-track the completion of the housing projects to increase the stock of affordable housing for Nigerians in Lagos, he said. According to him, plans are underway to transform the Ministry of Housing field offices into modern, functional workspaces to boost staff productivity and enhance operational efficiency in Lagos. Addressing irregular developments along the Lagos shoreline, Dangiwa reiterated the federal government's authority over Shoreline titles. He warned developers who failed to comply with legal requirements of appropriate sanction. To curb these practices, the ministry issued a 1-month ultimatum for all developers on shorelines to regularize their papers or risk having their properties revoked and demolished. We have observed numerous haphazard developments along the shoreline where people have reclaimed and built on land without proper clearance or authorization. This is unacceptable, Dangiwa said. Now, let's see what other people have to say about this. Federal government does not own any land. All lands belong to the state government. How can someone be paying the federal government for rent again when you are not on lease? A government that depends on tax, rents, etc. without focusing on production, industrialization, is a lazy government and non-productive, and it will be the results, and that is will translate into the suffering of the people. If you don't have the mark, no buying, no selling for you. Even if you want to stay on your own without touching the cash, you cannot. A system is being put in place to frustrate the people. There is nothing bad in taxation. Most European countries solidly depend on taxes, but in Africa, especially Nigeria, it is an opportunity to enrich few pockets. It is highly unfortunate. Many people commenting here do not have anything to do with the aforementioned locations, for the fact that past governments have neglected some sources of revenue does not mean that such revenue is non-existing and cannot be revisited by another government. The major concern should be the judicious utilization of such revenue. I really do hope Lagos State government will not abdicate her right to challenge the Honourable Minister. According to the Land Use Act, the management of land in every state is vested in the governor. The said tax is supposed to go to the state, which is land used levied at a rate per meter squared. APC and TINUBU are taxing Nigerians in multiple dimensions to buy more aircraft, posh cars, awarding more fictitious contracts to his wives, children, brothers and friends. They have run down the economy, destroyed businesses, borrowed trillions and shared, and the country is bleeding. Well, these people have all given their opinions on this. Make sure to leave your own opinions in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be notified when we upload daily content here on this channel, and make sure to share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on and they can give their own opinions on this.